Hi, everybody. We're back with another episode of the Psychic Fair, Halloween Psychics. And we're really excited because we're going to be talking to Nikki Kirby, our first psychic. She was one of the very first volunteers we had, and she does a great job. Nikki, so what can we expect at this Psychic Fair?
One, I'm going to be doing some readings to be able to help people. The one thing readings is that whatever messages that the spirits or your ancestors have given me, they are meant for you if alone. So I won't be telling any personal information on that. But when I do a reading, I really look deep down into a little bit beyond what the meanings of, like if I have cards, what the meanings of the cards are. And we pretty much have a conversation. What is going on, whatever their state, and I try to empower them in a way so that they try to help them in ways to be able maybe to avoid it or not make it as bad. And I believe so much in trying to empower the client and also in trying to make things a little bit in the world than when I came in. I'm also going to be doing some more workshops, 3 workshops that I'm going to be doing. The first one we will on October 2nd, 30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's the mysteries of the Dragon Tarot and Oracle. The Dragon Oracle can be a little bit difficult in a way of being able to interpret it and so forth. And so what I would do, I'm going into the history of the dragons as well. I'm telling you about a little bit about dragon magic. I'm also telling you about how each of the oracles are, and we're going to be comparing a lot with their spreads, with their artwork, and so much more. We're just going to have a whole lot of fun. And then there is another webinar I'm going to call it My Friend, My Ally. And that's on yes, we're going to do it. And basically a webinar to get you to understand. It's just basically change and how you can be able to use that change and embrace that and gain that power to become powerful yourself and to be empowered and have a very good relationship with death. And then my final one is kind of a fun one. It's called Werewolves Fact or Fiction. And this is a class that I've done. And it's basically about learning the history of werewolves, the scientific explanation, their lore, and how they're used in pop culture right now. It's kind of when I was doing the research for this class that we actually had werewolf trials, because most of the time you don't hear about that. You hear about the witch trials, but you don't hear about the werewolf trial. That's one of the little things that I kind of go upon when we're talking about the werewolves fact or fiction.
Okay, so that's very interesting, and we'll talk more about that later. So where do you gain your knowledge? What is it? What do you, how did you come about doing this type of work?
Well, the thing is, have been in magic all my life. I didn't is let's see where I actually went to college, and I had a friend of mine who was talking to me about a different philosophies. It's amazing, or on a deeper, spiritual level. And so when a friend pointed this out, she took. I remember this so close. She took me to Barnes and Noble and put me in what they call the New Age then. And I started looking through some things, and I got a book by Scott Cunningham, and I started to read it. Like, hey, these are things I already do. And as time goes on, I started to a little bit more and study a lot more. I've actually with the Gray Skull Wizardry. I was their dean of several departments as well as their general operations director. But I also got other education other than books. I went to several workshops. I've had completed a workshop in hoodoo from Catherine Ironwood, which is the curio company, and also an apprenticeship with her, as well as when I first started to read the cards, I was the first thing was called a playing card, or but it's the Gypsy Witch cards. Now, when you growing up in the South, the way I was growing up in the South, you didn't speak about anything that you were able to do. That was not considered normal. Okay, you kept your mouth shut, and for time, I was able to sit here and tell people what was coming, or what they had done, or something similar to that, and people would look at me strangely, as if, well, how would you know that, or why would you say something like that? And as a child, you don't really understand about adults. You don't understand that adults, we don't say these things. Nikki, we don't tell people what they're actually going to be doing. Okay, well, you can't say that. You're like, well, why not? For a 5-year-old. Um, but I remember growing up not feeling very confident in what I do, but I did it anyway because it seemed like it was something that I was good at. And as I grew older, I started more and more confident. The more experience you have, the more confident. My journey has had several different turns in life. Um, the latest significant turn, this was about 4 years ago, was when I was homeless. And being homeless, a lot of people don't seem to understand. You can still have a job and be homeless. Okay, it just homeless. So people in California that have jobs. I mean, like college professors, and they would homeless. Well, I was homeless as well, and it takes you to a very, very dark end. And it also helps you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I had to learn how to ask for help and the coach. And you know what? Because of that mind shift that I did, I was able to now I own 2 businesses. I am an executive producer for Witch Hat Chats, and I'm also the head of a temple right now. So I did a lot of work. I did a lot of shadow work because you have to really know yourself in order to be able to emerge into what I call the authentic self, which is something I'm kind of I'm not sure. Did I answer the question?
Certainly you did. Probably more than we expected, but that's good. So here we go. This is our Halloween psychic, Nikki Kirby. I want you to be able to go to HalloweenPsychics.com. You can see her icon. When you check out an icon, you can see her whole story. And you can also look out on the merchants page, which we're setting up shortly. And she's one of the sponsoring merchants as well for her businesses. Welcome. Yeah, so welcome. And so this is HalloweenPsychics.com. Let me be the first to wish you a happy Halloween there, Nikki. And thank you for being part of the show today. And we'll be bringing you more soon.